Assalamualaikum. Welcome to online class from Belchow High School. Good morning, dear students. How are you? Hope you are keeping well by the grace of Almighty Allah. You know, in our previous class, I will discuss about right form of verb. Some ground rules of right form verb. Now, today, I want to discuss about some ground rules of right form of verb. So, dear students, open your paper script and ready to write the ground rules of right form of verb. Right from verb. In our previous class, I have discussed with you about some important rules on these topics. Now, I would like at least 3 ground rules of right form of verb. Dear students, we know that rule 3, modals. After modals, you can use V1, that means present form of verb. If we find any modals and then gaps, we have to use the root form of verb, such as I can do it. We know that do is the present form of verb. It is the base form of verb, and it will not be changed here because do has been used after can. We know that can is the modals. In this way, we know that there are 25 or 24 modals: can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, had better, would rather. For your better understanding, I am writing these modals: can, could, may, might, can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, had better, would rather, had better, would rather, ought to, going to, need, there, must, used to, and to, is to, are to, have to, has to, was to, were to, have to. This type of models are the root form of verbs must be used at any point. If you find out any gap in any sentence after modals, you can use the base form of verb. So do here do won't be used because can is modals. So do has been used in right form. You cannot change this verb. Rule 4. You are told to memorize what the modals with meaning. Then you won't be face any problem to use verb after any modals. Rule 4. Preposition plus V1. That means if we find any preposition in any sentence, we have to use the base form of verb, such as we come to school We come to school. Sorry. Level 4. Preposition. The correct pronunciation of this word, preposition. We know that P1, that means the base form of verb must be used after preposition, such as we come to school for study. Study is the base form of verb, study, S-T-U-D-Y, study. Study means absorbing, reading and writing, that means study. So, if study, this verb has been used after preposition for, it is the preposition for. Study is the base form of verb, as it has been used after preposition. Now we have to add ing from at the last or at the end of the preposition. So, study must be used in this way, studying, S-T-U-D-Y-I-N-G. Clear? Why ing has been used here? It's answered that ing must be used at the end of the verb if this word is used after preposition. It is the ground rule. So remember it. Rule 5. Rule 5. Be, being, having plus B3. If we find any word of these words, be, being, having, then guess. At that moment we have to use the V3, that means the first participle from a verb, such as you will be called in the meeting when I meet. It's a sentence, but we can see here that called has been used after be. So we have used it as a first participle of the verb because we know that if any verb is used after be, being, having, that is, if these three words receives the first participle from a verb. These two we can remember. For better understanding, we can realize it is passive mode. This sentence is in passive mode. If we know or if we understand that what is the passive mode of the sentence, then it will be clear to us why have I used the first participle form of verb here. Because it's a passive mode. T will be. If it is in active mode, then it will be used in this sense that I shall call you. I shall call you. It is the active mode. But when I change or turn into this sentence into passive mode, you will be called. So you can remember it in by following these two ways. Number one, if the sentence is in passive mode, we have to use the first participle form of verb. On the other hand, you can remember it after memorizing this flow that if we find out any word of these words being having, we must use the first participle from of the verb. Rule 6. To plus verb. We have discussed some times ago that the root form of verb and we have to add ing from the base form of the verb if it is used after any kinds of preposition. But here two is preposition, but we have written the verb the base form after two. If we find out any word is any verb that has been used after two, we have to use the base form of that sentence, such as I have come here to meet you. Here it's a verb and it is the base form of the verb meet. Meet is the base form of the root form of the verb. Why shall we use the base form of the verb meet here? Because though it's a preposition, but we have to know the base form with the ing form must be used after any kind of preposition, expecting or without to. Here, remember it is rule 7. Rule 7 with a few to look forward to, accustomed to. Before sometimes I have discussed with you the base form of the root form of verb must be used after two, but when we use to with this phrase with a view to look forward to, accustomed to, etc., we have to use we have to add ing at the end of the verb, such as I came here with a view to, with a view to finding you. Finding you. Here, find is the root from a verb. ing must be used at the last or the end of the verb because it has been used after the phrase with a view to. In this way, if we find any kind of verb is used after this type of phrase with a view to, look forward to, accustomed to, adjust to, we have to add ing from at the end of the verb. Dear student, now in this way, if you practice what the right form of verb, I hope you must gain or you must achieve vast knowledge about right form of verb. In this way, just practice maximum perfect. If you practice in this way more and more, you will gather vast knowledge of right form of verb. So it is your duty or it is your responsibility to practice this type of right form of verb in this way, and you can solve any kind of any wrong verb, any mistaken verb in the question paper. If you face any difficulties in your examination, you can be able to solve very easily if you follow this type of rules. Oh, thank you dear students. Okay, Allah Hafiz.